pretend. Honey, I am living up, and it's better without you. It's better without you.
closet after the storm. No, I'm not a match simply waiting to burn. All I am is a friend, your friend till the end. I'm not your impression of a city you wish you loved more than everything you gave for it. And I'm not here to criticize the risk. All I am is a friend, your friend till the end. All I am is a friend, your friend till the end. And I'm not the shadow of anyone you've been.
I'm not afraid of losing what I've found. If all the fallen pieces hit the ground, I see it in your eyes, my lover and my bride. Our love's a steady tide.
A story speaks and silences my doubt. The wind may blow, but he's built this house. Your voice so soft and strong, my husband all alone. Our love's a steady song.
And I lay down everything, every part of me, I'm yours. Oh, through everything, here we stand, hand in hand, I'm yours. I've waited for a love that outlasts time, praying for a soul that betters than mine. I knew it from the start, together not apart. Our love's a steady heart. And I lay down everything, every part of me, I'm yours. Oh, through everything, here we stand, hand in hand, I'm yours. I was still alone the moment that you held me, 'cause I couldn't let go of who I thought I was. I guess that's how things go. It's yours and then it's history. When I was feeling ready, it ended just because. Am I a ghost in someone's body? Am I a voice inside your mind? And if I'm haunting you, I'm sorry. I haunt myself sometimes.
Unprepared for the things you told me. I hope I didn't scare you. Buried in my thoughts. I hope you know how much I think I need you. So I write another poem and hope that that's enough.
Am I a ghost in someone's body? Am I a voice inside your mind? And if I'm haunting you, I'm sorry. I haunt myself sometimes. I haunt myself sometimes. If you keep
Being gentle with how we feel. There's a charge in the room. I can feel all the fire rising. I'll handle with care. We will honor this tender space, giving time to let go. Peace comes as we pause, breathing in deep until there's calm. Peace comes as we pause, breathing in deep until there's calm. Only I'll make still this weather in me. I breathe in, I breathe out, till my energy slows. Different meaning, expectations, they leave us deafened by pride. I will listen, find acceptance, no choice to actively love. Peace comes as we pause, breathing in deep until there's myself starting from scratch, brick by brick. No path carved out for us now. The brush is thick. All I'm asking now, don't give up on love. Don't give up. Don't give up on love. I know that you're tired, my love, but please don't go. There's valleys and mountain tops on this rocky road. All I'm asking now, don't give up on love. Don't give up. Don't give up on love. In sickness or health, for rich or for poor, I meant every word that I told you before. All I'm asking now, don't give up on love. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give
When you're older, I'm gonna miss the way you play with toys. Your little voice, the way you smile, every single noise. The years go so fast, I wanna make them last. Slow down, don't grow up, never forget my love. You could be anything that you wanna be. Find love, have kids, make a family. You could even be a scientist, I never would've guessed it. There'll be days when you wanna give up on it. My love, stay strong, you were made for this. I'm glad I have a front seat to you growing up on me. When you're older, I'm gonna miss the way you say my name. Saying daddy all the way to 7th grade. The years go so fast, I wanna make them last. Slow down, don't grow up, never forget my love. You could be anything that you wanna be. Find love, have kids, make a family. You could even be a scientist. stay strong, you were made for this. I'm glad I have a front seat to you growing up on me. You could be anything that you wanna be. Find love, have kids, make a family. You could even be a scientist. I never would've guessed it. There'll be days when you wanna give up on it. My love, stay strong, you were made for this. I'm glad I have a front seat to you growing up on me. To you growing up on me.
I'm searching for life again. I'm searching for a new beginning. I'm searching for real again. I'm searching for love that never ends. Rain falling off like pain, like the sun breaking through like rays. It feels like magic dust from space. It's like a thrill that fills my heart. I'm searching for life again. I'm searching for a new beginning to end. I'm searching for real again. I'm searching for a love that never ends.
This time I need to wait it out.
I'm sorry for the times I forget what it was like living life like a silhouette, tracing the lines and ignore what's inside till you came into my life. Sometimes I see it all so clear. You are the reason I'm here. I was in the dark, but you were the light, guiding me through this night. Guide me through this night. I keep my head up towards the sky and look for you like a satellite. When things go wrong and I'm out of touch, you always find a way to send me love, and losing you just wouldn't do. 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 The old me came to town, and I sat beside him at a seaside bar. Slipping through his hands was your photograph, as he let go of everything he knew. I still feel like I'm letting go of you. I still feel like I'm letting go of you. 'Cause those were the days when something was wrong. I looked you in your face and I told you that my love was gone. That's when it left. I chased love like a younger man. I tried to find someone to make me right. I know now no one can. You emptied me of everything I got. I still feel like I'm letting go of you. I still feel like I'm letting go of you. 'Cause those were the days when something was wrong. I looked you in your face and I told you that my love was gone. That's when it left. I'm so unsteady, 'cause I can't lose and I don't wanna win.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in all conversations. Oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken, 'cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. Myself, and I'm thinking out loud, we won't need nothing else for the rest of our time. And I know it so well, I will always be by your side.